John Newton crammed a lot of living into his 82 years. His mother died when he was 6 years old, and he joined his father at sea when he was 11. He served his apprenticeship as a sailor and rose through the ranks until he became the captain of a slave ship. He abandoned the religious training that he had experienced as a child and reveled in the dissolute life of a slave trader. He was noted for his profanity and cruelty. But one stormy night, when his ship was in danger of sinking and he was in danger of dying, Newton had a real change of heart. It might have been the religious training at his mother's knee, surfacing after all these years, or it might have been the love for Mary Catlett, a Christian woman whom he later married. Or it might have been his reading of the book Invitation of Christ by William Law. Or it might have been all three. In any event, Newton had a real conversion experience. For a while, Newton continued on with his slave ship, but he began to treat both slaves and his crew with a good deal more compassion. Finally, convinced that the slave trade was wrong, he left his ship and took a job on shore. He then felt a call to the ministry and was ordained at age 40 and assigned to a church at Olney, England. He continued in ministry through the rest of his long life, even after failing eyesight made it impossible for him to read. This hymn, Amazing Grace, is in a sense Newton's own story. It was amazing grace that saved him, and it was amazing grace that was always the focus of his preaching. But isn't amazing grace the story of every Christian? It is amazing grace that saves us, nothing else. No works of our hands or gifts of our wealth. It was amazing that God would love and save John Newton. But it is amazing that God would love and save any of us, is it not? It is indeed a sweet sound to hear about it, but it is so amazing that it is hard to believe. But believe it, my friend, because it is true. First published in the Sacred Harp in 1844, this beloved hymn has been played and sung countless times. And now, here is Garry Dowell at First Christian's beautiful Yamaha grand piano with Amazing Grace.